Hello friends, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Vicki and you're with Grammy in the Kitchen. Today we're going to bake some fish and some potatoes in the sun oven. If that's something you're interested in, stick around. It's going to be a great day. Aprons on, let's get started. Alright, I went ahead and put the sun oven outside in the right rotation for a maximum sunlight, just to get it heated up. But I will carry you out there and show you what we've done to get it ready. But in the meantime, I'm going to use this pot right here to cook our dinner in. To cook in a sun oven, you want something reflective, so no stainless steel, no aluminum pans, because it's reflective and it'll reflect the sun away from the food. You don't want to cook with cast iron, even though you could. It would just take a little bit longer because the cast iron will also have to heat up in order to cook the food, as well as heat up the surrounding of the cast iron. So I bought this pan. It's called Time and Table, that I got from Walmart, and it's just a Dutch oven. It's a dark Dutch oven. The bottom is stainless steel, but the top sides are not, but that's okay. So I am going to layer the potatoes on the bottom with a little bit of oil and some seasoning. And then I'm going to bread the fish to go on top of this. So I just got some white potatoes last night when we were at Walmart. I'm probably going to do maybe a pound. We're going to wash these, but we're not going to peel them. Cutting them about a 1/4 of an inch thick. So we don't have anybody coming over for dinner today, so I'm just making a small meal just for the husband and myself. I'm going to put some avocado oil on the potatoes. We're going to sprinkle some salt and pepper. And a little bit of onion powder. So I have about maybe 2 to 3 ounces of grated Parmesan. I have some almond flour. We'll say 2 cups. I'm going to mix the cheese in with the almond flour. About a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and a teaspoon of smoked paprika. Get that all nice and mixed in together. Bowl, 2 eggs, This is some A2 milk powder that I hydrated. We're going to put in about a quarter of a cup. Use any milk of your choice. That's just what I have on hand. A 2-pound bag of Flounder. I'm only going to use half of this in the meal today. The other half I'm going to go ahead and bread and put in the freezer for a future meal. Alright, so we have in our assembly line, we have our flour, our egg, and our almond flour breading. So we're going to take a fillet. Remember, we always do a wet hand and a dry hand to keep us from having icky hands. So we're going to go in the flour, in the egg, and in the almond meal with that delicious Parmesan cheese. Patting it down on there. We're just going to go right on top of those potatoes. And another piece. That was a very small one right there, but that is okay. We'll come back and put this in the freezer, but we want to go ahead and get this outside. So underneath the breaded flounder are the potatoes, and this pot actually came with a glass lid. Is what you want when you're cooking in the sun oven, so that the sun can actually penetrate in here while it warms up the oven itself. And it has a silicone gasket that helps lock it into place. Now we're going to go ahead and go on a field trip and take this outside. So I have the sun oven out here. There are 2 holes right here that you can see from here, and it shows you optimal sun exposure to this. Got it open. It is already up to 310 degrees in here, and the time that it took us to prepare that fish dish. And it has a rack in here that swings. That is very warm in there. And this is our fish dinner. Going in. It has the silicone gasket going around, so when you lock it down with these slide tabs, it will hold the temperature in there and get very hot. Now periodically we do have to come out and make sure our sun exposure is at the optimal position. So every 15 minutes we have to go out there and rotate or move the sun oven just a bit, because as the sun is setting, our position moves. So we have to move it to make sure we get optimal sunlight, solar energy going into that sun oven to keep the temperature up and to be able to cook it. Now I have found that cooking in the sun oven does take twice as long as cooking in a conventional oven. But I'm okay with that, especially in the hot summer months, when I don't want to turn on my oven in order to run my AC to cool everything down just to cook a dinner. I can optimize the sun and cook it outside. So if you don't have a sun oven, you might want to consider it. They were pricey. I'll leave a link below when I post this video and show you where I got mine from. But I absolutely love the sun oven for free energy, and I don't have to waste energy to cook dinner in order to run my AC to have my oven on. But that's nor here or there. We're going to go ahead and get the rest of this flounder breaded so we can get it in the freezer. As I said, this was a 2-pound bag of frozen flounder, and I might have a pound outside in the sun oven, and the other I'm just going to go ahead and put in the freezer. So I'm just going to put this in the freezer, and then once it's frozen, I'll stick it in a Ziploc, if not a vacuum sealed bag. And then we're going to go out there and check on our sun oven. So if you can see right here through this hole, through that circle, you can see the light shining on that. And that is what we want as optimal sun exposure. So we just have to turn it just a bit and raise this leg when needed. And that took an hour and a half in that sun oven. And did you just see that steam? Potatoes are soft. And just look at that fish. Can you see the steam off of that? And that is what's for dinner. Almond flour, Parmesan cheese, crusted flounder over sliced seasoned potatoes, cooked in a sun oven by solar energy only. Serve this with a side salad. That is a perfect meal. If you get any value out of this video, please go ahead and hit that like button. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe. We would love to have you part of our Grammy family, where we learn the art of traditional cooking with real ingredients to make a healthy, nutrient-dense meal, even with the help of the sun. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye, friends.